Okay, this is a screencast for the Tennis Ball Productivity Challenge. We are working in Excel. I recommend using the software, not the online version. So if you go down to the bottom of your screen in the search bar, type in EXCEL and open up a blank workbook. All right, so in-person class, kind of listen as I go. Do the best you can to keep up. But I'll do it again slower in just a moment. So everything in Excel is designated by columns and rows, and each one of these blocks is called a cell, and you can maneuver around a spreadsheet by using the arrow keys, the enter key, or your cursor. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to put in our data and our headings. We had number of employees and output, which was the number of tennis balls. Now notice that it's not fitting right here. So if you go up between the A and the B, I can make that column A a little bit bigger so that my heading is not squished. Okay, so again, between the A and the B, and I can make that first column a little bit bigger so that my heading is not squished. But I don't have to skip columns. I'm just going to stay in column A and column B. And then we had 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We had up to 6 employees or students who are our pretend employees in our tennis ball activity. And then here was our output. We had 7, 19, 16, 34, 37, and 54. Okay. Now, what was interesting about this, although it didn't work out exactly like some of the examples I've seen online when kids did this activity, but some of the lessons still hold true, which is basically the per person productivity was actually best at 2 employees. If you take 19 divided by 2, you get, what is that, 9.5. This was the actual best productivity per person with less employees. And then, of course, the highest output was at 6 employees, but sometimes the productivity per person was less when you added more. And also, we also found out that quality suffered a little bit once we added more employees and things got a little crazy. So relate to the real world is that quality is important, teamwork is important, and finding that accurate balance with the right number of employees to produce the best teamwork and highest quality. And that lowers your costs that you can then pass on to your customers. All right, so now what we're going to do, that was hopefully the lessons we learned. We're going to go ahead and make a column or a bar chart out of this. So I'm going to highlight just my 7 through 54. In Excel, to highlight, you have to get the fat crisscross, okay? Not the skinny one, not the one with, not a hand, not the one with the arrows. Get the wider, I call it the fat crisscross. I'm sure that's a highly technical term in Excel. Get the fat crisscross and highlight just your second row or second column numbers. I'm not highlighting anything else down here or around here. From there, you're going to insert and then come over here, and there's a tiny little, looks like a little chart. Click on that. Insert a chart and stay on the left, okay? We don't have stacked data with 2 sets of data, so I'm going to stay on the left. There we go. There are certainly things you can do to dress this up a little bit. If you want, you can play around with these. There's some pretty formatting up here, and you can change the colors if you want down here. But to finish up this chart, a couple things. You can, of course, change the chart title. It's like a little text box. and just do a backspace. And we'll label it something like tennis ball productivity challenge or something like that. Boy, if I can spell today. Productivity challenge. There we go. All right, and then just like in any class, when you're going to need some access titles, and I like data labels as well. So let me show you how to get those. A couple different ways. If you click on the edge, you guys should get a little plus sign right here. I'm on my Mac and it looks a little bit different, but you should get a little plus right here that says add chart element. You can go there, or just highlight your chart. And you can also go over here. There's a little thing that says add chart element. So the key is highlighting the whole chart, not just here, not just here, not here. Highlight the whole chart on the edge, and then all these options pop up for you. So we're going to add a chart element. I'm going to add some axis titles. I want a horizontal and a vertical. And I like data labels. And I like outside end, and you can see that it pops on top of those columns. So again, where I got that was I clicked on the chart, I added the add chart element, I added some axis titles and data labels. And then it's just a matter of going in and clicking on those little axis titles, and this would be number of employees down at the bottom. And on the right. Now these are a little bit tricky. You have to use your up and down arrow keys and then your delete or backspace. And that would be output. All right, so that's it. You just make your chart with the data labels, axis titles, and a title here. Then we're going to do one last step. We're going to take this whole thing and we're going to copy and paste it into Microsoft Word. I like doing this because when you're copying and pasting, or when you're using Excel to make charts or graphs, most of the time it's going to be in the context of a larger report. You're never really just going to leave it in Excel. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And I'm going to take the whole thing by clicking on the edge. Not here, not here, not here, the edge, and I'm going to do a right click, copy, and then I'm going to pull up a Word document, a blank one, and I'm going to paste. And there it is. And I can go ahead and center align that. And it's just like a graphic, okay? I'm going to go ahead and left align. So again, all I did was I took that whole chart just like a picture graphic and I copied and pasted it into a Word document. And then the last thing is you're going to make a reflection. Just give me a couple sentences about what you thought, what lessons can we learn about productivity, teamwork, quality, and why is that important in the real world? Okay, so I might say something like, in our team project, we had the best per person productivity with only 2 employees. Great job. Who was that? It was Owen and Craig. Okay, So, however, overall productivity output was highest with more employees, but quality suffered some at the end. And so in the real world, it's a balance between figuring out the best number of employees. Do you do per person productivity? Do you look at total output? Do you look at some combination of the two? But it's important to manage your costs so that you can then pass on good prices and good quality to your customers. Okay, that's it. Once you get this in Microsoft Word, you give me a few sentences reflection, save, and submit. Thank you.